Is someone taking over my show? Siapa yang prepare ni? But it's Tony Lapar. It's not. Oh my God! It's celebrity Chef Nik Michael. Oh my God! Oyen Hutan, look who this
Siapa
is.
ni Tony?
This is my mascot. His name is Oyen Hutan, bro.
Hello, how you doing?
Salam. Yeah. Okay, let's put him aside. Okay.
Oh, dia tak lapar?
Dia tak lapar. He's very low maintenance. Okay, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, kita sudah pun sampai ke episod terakhir untuk musim Tony Lapar ni dan saya rasa sangat bertuah kerana untuk episod terakhir ni kita ada seorang celebrity chef profesional yang akan tunjukkan kita cara-cara menyediakan sesuatu masakan dengan lebih baik dan lebih profesional lah, gunakan teknik-teknik yang betul, teknik-teknik yang professional chef guna. Okay, chef, how you been, man?
Alhamdulillah, okey, macam ni lah. Saya sibuk masak, mengajar orang masak sebab selalunya orang yang bujang-bujang ni, diorang tak reti masak kan.
Seperti saya.
Kerja diorang duk lapar je. So, you know, I have to be busy lah.
Okay, sebelum tu, I nak pakai apron dulu.
Okay.
First and foremost, how do you like my apron, bro?
Looks good, man.
Looks good, right?
I mean, do I get to keep this or?
Of course.
Yeah, I like the color.
You like the color,
nice,
kan?
Yeah.
Nice.
Very manly.
Very manly. So what are we doing today?
Okay, so because I heard Tony Lapar.
Yeah,
Tony
always.
masak.
Always.
So the sort of gist of it in the beginning, which is the first dish, which is aglio olio.
Okay.
Aglio olio is an Italian dish. You've heard of it, of course.
Of course. Yeah,
So what is aglio? What is olio?
That one I don't know.
So this is aglio.
Oh, aglio is garlic. Right.
Any guesses what olio is?
No.
Oil. So that's it. It's just garlic and oil.
Garlic
exactly.
oil. Alright.
So you're
Aglio
flavoring the
olio.
oil with the garlic, and then you can always add in if you want proteins. Because to me, like if you're eating at home, you gotta have your proteins.
Right.
You can always add like at the very simplest part. If you're really hungry, you want something quick, just telur rebus. Hard boiled egg. You can do that.
Right. Okay.
I'm gonna make you cook, and I'm gonna oversee.
Okay.
So if there's anything wrong, I'll fix it up for you. So we're gonna start with the garlic. So come over here.
Okay.
Do you know how to crack open a garlic?
Boleh lah. I have like.
You can.
Boleh.
So it's best for me, don't use the knife, just use the palm of your hand.
Oh, just macam ni.
Yes.
Yes.
So you gotta roll it around a bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Right. Macam ni je.
Awesome.
So I've been doing it wrong the whole time. Okay. So this is the pros way of doing it lah, kan?
Well, the sensible way.
The sensible.
Because we're not fighting the ingredient, right? There's always the natural breakage of whatever you're cooking with. So that's how the garlic works.
Okay, so how many ulas do we need of this?
So as much as you like. When it comes to aglio olio, more garlic is better.
Oh, right, because it's about the garlic, right?
Correct. And these are actually really good garlic. I got them from Thailand.
Okay.
So it tastes absolutely amazing.
Right.
So we're gonna use. Let me just help you out here.
Yeah, please do, man.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. That's great. You don't have to peel it off. Come.
I don't have to peel it off?
No.
Okay.
So the easy way to do this is to just give it a bash.
Yeah, I'm never confident enough with these things, you see.
So it's just literally.
So you do that and then
Because once you do that, it just comes off. And I like to use a little bit more force than needed here, because when you do that, it breaks up that garlic there.
Okay.
And then so you have an easier time chopping it.
Right.
That's what we do here. We just bash everything all at once.
This is how you do it, boys and girls.
And then we peel it all at once. So now we just give this a fine chop. So you start it by running your knife through. If you can.
Oh my goodness.
The best way to do this is by closing your eyes. Just
by closing your eyes. Just the way your fingers like this, so you feel the knife, so it doesn't. Okay.
Correct. You got it.
I see but I'm not gonna try it. No.
So it's basically just a rocking motion.
Right.
And I'm sort of like feeding the garlic through the knife. At the same time, if I need to, this knuckle is guiding my knife, so I can just pull it back as well. So it's literally, and that's the way I cook. Like, I'm a very analytical kind of cook.
Right.
But also, I was never professionally trained.
Okay.
So because of that,
How did you learn how to cook?
from my dad.
From your dad, right?
So
right,
he
right.
is professionally trained, and I grew up learning from him how to cook.
Right.
But when I was getting into TV, getting into this professionally, I had, of course, a lot of conversations with other chefs. And for me to like sit in the same level as them and to have proper conversations, nobody took me seriously because I wasn't trained.
Right.
So what I had to do was really go into the books and learn everything deep down, so that when I come up with in a conversation, I know what I'm talking about.
Right,
So
right,
it's like a way of proving myself that I know what I'm talking about, even though I didn't go to school.
So you basically
no one can fight that
equipped
fact.
yourself.
Yeah.
Right. And then of course you have your dad, who's like you said, is a proper chef juga, who taught you. So wow, amazing. I always respect men who can cook. You know, well, women as well. I respect people who can
People can cook.
General, you know. Alright, so we'll come back selepas ni untuk tengok apa kejadiannya pula selepas potong-potong bawang ni. See you later. Okay, we're back and the garlic has already been chopped very, very finely oleh celebrity chef kita. Wow.
Tony helped. He
I helped.
bruise it. Okay. So
what happens now?
aglio is done. Now
Okay.
the olio is going to come up, but before that, of course, it's a pasta dish. We have to boil our pasta.
Okay.
Now this is the important part. What I want you to understand is when you're cooking pasta, any pasta dish, the pasta is the star.
Right.
The pasta has to be cooked perfectly. So what we have over here is just regular dried spaghetti. If it says to cook for 10 minutes, you boil it for 8 minutes and then you finish the other 2 minutes in the sauce.
Okay.
So then everything is cooked perfectly. It's not like lembu, mushy. You want it to have a bite.
You want it to have just that, just the right texture.
Correct.
Right.
And it has to be the right texture because the pasta is a star. Correct. And any sauce that you put, be it oil, cream, tomato base, pesto, the Italians call this the condimento. It's the condiment. So that is like the pairing with the pasta. But remember, the pasta is the star.
I relate this to, like for instance, in Sarawak we have our mee kolok, right? So again, the mee is the star. So the difference between a good and a bad mee kolok is actually the texture of the mee itself.
The noodles itself.
Yeah, some of the ones that are springy and just nice. Those are the nice ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Instead of
it just elevates it to a whole different level when it's done right. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely right. Okay, so since we're going to be cooking for 1, 2 people,
as many as you'd like. Well, as many as this thing can capacitate.
so when it comes to pasta, normally it doubles in size after you cook it.
Right.
So one person normally is about 100 to 150 grams of cooked pasta.
Okay.
One pack is normally 500 grams, so you can do the math. So for about 2 people, I'm going to cook, say, 200 grams. So we have a bit extra.
Okay, so that's a little less than half of this.
Correct.
Packet. Okay.
So I'm just going to open this up. Now, cooking pasta, you got a lot of people saying you got to put oil in there and whatnot. Wrong. Boiling water, you need really like rapidly boiling water. That's important because that makes everything move, so nothing sticks.
Okay.
And then you need salt.
Right. Salt is the thing here, right?
Yes. It doesn't have to be super salty.
Yeah. What does the salt do?
The salt flavors the water,
Right.
and then the pasta absorbs that water. So you have salt in your pasta.
Okay.
So that's it. No oil, nothing. Just make sure.
Water and salt.
Correct. So just slightly less than half.
Okay.
In this goes. The first minute is important. Can we just put this aside? Yeah. First minute is important because that's when it starts to soften up and starts to stick as well. So we're gonna put it in, have a look at it, and then start pushing it in.
Okay.
So as that gets softer, then it starts going deeper into the water because you want everything to be submerged immediately.
Right. This is like cooking micromanagement.
Well, micromanagement will be looking at this for 8 minutes. This is just that first minute. See, everything's submerged now. If we were to leave that, it would have like half cooked, half undercooked, half overcooked.
Right.
And if we were to leave this now without stirring, it's going to stick.
Okay.
But this way, I'm making sure everything is all separated, and the movement in that boiling water will now make sure nothing sticks.
Right.
That's it.
Okay. So while this is waiting, we can do other stuff, is it?
Now we set a timer for 8 minutes.
we have to be specific with the time.
Correct. Even in a restaurant, it's like every chef will have their phone with them.
Right.
Like cook pasta, timer on.
Oh, so that's the standard practice.
Yeah, correct.
Nice.
So I'm gonna put this here first.
All right.
Now we can start with the oil.
Okay.
So what we have to understand here is you don't want to burn the garlic.
Okay.
Because if the garlic gets brown, that has more of like a Chinese cuisine flavor.
Right.
You know, like stir fries, like brown garlic. Here, you just want it to be soft and sweet. The garlic. Okay. So turn on the heat.
Soft and sweet.
We're gonna go low heat. You wanna help me here?
Can.
Extra virgin olive oil. In that goes.
How much?
A lot.
A lot. Okay.
More. Oh, that's good. So basically, just cover the base of the pan.
Cover the base of the pan. Okay.
So that's what we want. Yeah.
Turn around like that. Right.
So enough to cover, and then in goes the garlic. Garlic can go in while it's still cold, no problem.
Okay.
Because we want it to infuse and slowly melt into the oil.
Right.
So a lot of garlic. And this is for like 2-3 people.
Okay.
If you want to save time, normally what I do at home is, I don't want to like bring out the knife and do everything. This goes into the food processor.
Right.
So just give it a blitz and then straight away into here. And I
lot
start
faster,
with
yeah.
that while it's boiling. By the time it's done, 8 minutes, everything else is prepared.
And like you said just now, instead of 10 minutes, you go to up to 8 minutes and then mix it here on the last 2 minutes.
Correct.
Okay.
So basically, if you have done this enough times, you can cook everything onto a plate within 10 minutes. Yeah. So the time it takes to boil the pasta, the time it takes to
finish here.
Correct.
Okay.
Cool. So make sure this is submerged. Just gonna give this a toss. Now this is getting a little bit too hot because if I leave that be, it's gonna be brown.
So smaller,
yes.
Okay.
And next is a little bit of spiciness. So I'm going to put in some chili flakes, but just a touch.
Yeah.
This is gonna help color the oil a little bit.
Right.
But also at the same time, a little bit of that heat. If you don't want to use that, you can. If you want to use chili padi, pun boleh.
Boleh. Okay. Kalau more Asian taste than chili padi lah kan, but chili
But I find chili padi as a flavor works very well with a lot of pasta dishes.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's not just like macam if you want to make fusion.
Right,
I've tried bolognese with chili padi sauteed in.
It works, huh?
Beautiful, yeah.
Nice.
Because it's just pure heat, right?
Yeah.
And if you want heat,
yes.
why not? Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So this looks good. Now I'm gonna turn the heat off.
Chili in pasta is okay. Like chili padi in pasta is okay.
No issues. I mean, we're not Italians at the end of the day. We don't have to be super authentic. But I find spicy wise,
whatever works here lah. Kan? Whatever works for our tummy here.
Yeah.
And I think it's good to localize something sometimes, right?
So at the end of the day, this is it. Aglio, olio.
And then this just goes in there.
Correct.
Wow.
So to have a little bit of color, we're going to add some herbs in there.
Okay.
So parsley is the usual herb of choice.
Parsley.
And slice it away.
I love the cutting technique, man.
Never ever use dry parsley.
Okay.
Never.
Why?
Because I just find that when it comes to herbs, right? If it's dried, number one, it tastes like paper/toothpick in your mouth because it's dried. Right. In dishes like this, especially, there's not much moisture. It won't rehydrate the herbs. So if you're cooking like curry, if you're cooking bolognese where it simmers, fine, you can use dried herbs. But in a dish like this, it's got to be fresh.
Cool. All right. To see what happens right at the end, we'll come back. Okay, Chef, I think it's time for the pasta to be the star of the show again.
8 seconds.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, dia tak bunyi
Tak bunyi. Kita tengah shooting, kena siap-siap.
There you go.
Okay, so time is up, 8 minutes is done.
Okay.
So 2 more minutes inside there. So what I'm going to do is, this is still hot, right?
Yeah.
So in goes the pasta immediately.
Right.
With a little bit of that pasta water, we want that, yeah?
Okay.
So I like that the water has reduced here, which means it's going to help.
In pasta, it's been absorbed.
Correct. It's going to help thicken up our mixture here easier.
Okay.
Okay. That is great. I'm going to turn this off.
Wow, that smell of garlic and the oil, man.
Amazing, right?
Now I get the name. Nampak tak? Nampak tak?
Okay, so that is a little bit dry.
Okay.
So more pasta water goes in. It's a crucial element of this dish.
Right.
All right. So that's enough. You can see that the water is mixing in with the oil there.
Right.
As it reduces a bit more, that will thicken and stick to the pasta better.
Right.
So that's great. Now in goes our prawns.
Ah.
Of course, prawns, if you want to chop it up, you can.
But if you want to put whole pun okay.
Whole pun boleh. I prefer whole. I think it looks better lah, and you get more of that bite.
True,
but if you want to go like fine dining, make it look fancier, then you would chop it up.
I'm okay with whole prawns.
There we go. And the heat from everything will cook the prawns through.
Right,
So it will be rather...
Because prawns senang sikit nak masak kan?
Correct. It'll be less sauteed prawns, more like poached prawns because
Right,
there's water in there. Yeah. And I prefer that. I think it's more kenyal, more juicy, the prawns that way. Yeah. All right. Now, at the moment, this is a little bit bland.
Okay.
Because we only have salt in the pasta water, just that bit just now.
Right.
So now a little bit more salt goes in. And here I'm using like a finishing salt, so it's a bit more rough.
Right.
And I like that because as you bite, you'll have like little explosions of saltiness.
Yes. I love salt.
Tony, tolong masukkan parsley.
Okay.
There we go. So this just adds like a quick splash of color to it.
Right.
Fantastic. I can eat that anytime.
Wow.
Okay. Pasta is done. Now we can start plating up.
Okay.
Okay. Jom kita tengok macam mana Tony plate dish.
Plate. Okay. Okay. Plating. Okay.
Easy.
Okay.
Okay. So aglio olio is done. Now to just give it a bit of flair.
Okay.
You can either chop this up, but this is totally not needed. This is just chives.
Right.
It really doesn't add anything to the dish. Because flavor-wise, there's not much.
Right.
But to me, it just just a touch of it already like elevates that look.
Baru dia nampak macam art.
It's not authentic to put cheese on aglio olio,
aglio.
but if you want to, I say go for it.
I love cheese anyway, so for me, I don't
Go for it.
mind
Okay,
that tradition.
let's do it.
Yeah. Can. All right. What do I do with this?
Just grate it on top
Okay.
of the pasta.
All right. Oh, just macam ni.
Use this part.
Oh, use this
that's
part.
the rind.
Oh, okay.
No problem. There we go.
Faham. Oh, okay. So
You
just
can grate from a higher, like go higher, so
Right.
then it falls better.
Oh, okay. I just broke the cheese. Never
That's
mind.
fine.
Okay. Faham.
There we go.
Baru nampak macam Salt Bay. This is Cheese Bay.
There we go. Perfect.
Okay.
So, pairing with that, we can make some salad to go with it because
All right.
obviously that's just carb and protein.
So these are all the things for the salad now.
Correct.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna clean this up and then
Okay.
we're gonna make that salad dressing.
All right. Okay, now that the pasta is done, sekarang ni apa? Salad eh?
Salad.
Salad, and you have your salad bowl in the fridge.
Yes. There we go. Thank you very much.
There you go.
So these are just like a bunch of random salad leaves already washed.
Okay,
And
okay.
you must keep it in the fridge to keep it cold.
Right,
Because
right,
then
right,
it gives it the crisp.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
So now the dressing. What we're going to be making today is a truffle ponzu dressing. So I'll get right into it. This is a little bit of Dijon mustard. Dijon mustard is basically your binder.
Okay.
It emulsifies your oil and your acid together. So then
Right,
it becomes
right,
like
right,
a mayonnaise. So that clings onto the leaves better.
Okay.
Okay, so ponzu is here. Ponzu is a mixture of citrus and soy sauce. This is suyu, which is your dashi, which is like the Japanese stock, with some soy sauce as well. So this is just to fortify those flavors.
Right.
So in goes our ponzu. So this has a very like sour-ish, citrusy smell to it.
Right.
And this is to make it salty. So it's the soy sauce and the dashi. And then we're going to whisk this together. So this is what turns it into an emulsion. You're breaking up all that fat from the mustard and dissolving it in that water. All right.
Got it.
So this goes in. And now if I was to serve it just like this, it's going to be a bit too chai, a bit too watery.
Okay.
So it needs more fat to bind together. So in goes our grapeseed oil. So grapeseed oil is an oil that doesn't have any flavor, doesn't have any smell.
So it's just oil.
It's just basically.
Right.
So this goes in, so it's not going to take away from that truffle oil smell.
Right.
Goes in.
You don't want to distract it from the truffle taste, kan?
Correct. So just like this, I would recommend you to, if you want to keep this in your fridge, you can leave it for like months, no problem.
Right.
So you just get your leaves, pour it over, and it's
so you can
cooking.
pre-prepare it lah.
Correct.
Okay.
Because I want to see that by the end of this season of Tony Lapar, that Tony takkan lapar dah.
Tony takkan lapar.
Okay, and to add to that ponzu vibe to it, you can use a yuzu, which is a traditional Japanese lime that they use for ponzu.
So
but this is yuzu. It's like this, but smaller and green.
Right.
Almost like a lime.
Okay.
But here, lemon is easier.
Right.
So this just goes in the skin.
Oh, so you just want the zest.
Correct.
Okay. This first smell here. Okay.
Because the oils are in the skin, so that's what gives it off. Yeah. So that is good. So you can see from that just that zest. There's a nice texture and some like kelada in there. This is going to go really well with the salad.
Yes.
And I'm just going to dress this up with some cucumbers. This again, some crunch. A little bit of Spanish onion already sliced up. Again, some crunch. We're just playing with textures here. And here we have some heirloom tomatoes, so different colors, but they all taste pretty much the same.
Right.
And with tomatoes, to bring out the flavor, just a touch of salt on them.
Right.
So memang like it suddenly tastes like a very juicy fruit. I love that. And this goes over the top. And that's just going to cling onto the salad leaves. So I want you to just give everything a mix up.
Oh, okay.
You see how that coats every inch of that leaf?
Yes.
That's what you want for every single piece of leaf.
Right.
So with your hands, you can actually feel that happening.
Yes, it's like you massage it, like you marinate the chicken, right?
Correct. Beautiful. So everything's still cold, still crisp there, and that's fantastic, Tony.
Okay.
So the only thing here that I would recommend you to do is we get a little bit of the stuff at the bottom though. And then just for some crunch, this right on top. And just to remind you that it's a Japanese dish.
It's sesame.
Yeah, these are toasted already, yeah?
Cool.
So what do you think, Tony?
I love it already. I love Japanese food, so okay. Moment of truth. Let's try this out. This is the aglio olio by
Tony?
Chef Nik Imran and by Tony lah sangat. Bro, you never disappoint.
Tell me, what's going on?
No. The texture of the pasta is beautiful. It's just nice. It's nice and springy, and then it retains that taste. The taste of the garlic. Oh, I love extra salt anyway. So the taste of the garlic is there. It's beautiful, and it's not too. You know, some aglio olio can be too oily sometimes. This is, I think, just nice with the flavors. It's not. You don't just taste the oil. So everything comes in together very, very beautifully. And I'm gonna have some of this pasta, some of this salad in my pasta.
Yeah, actually I do that a lot.
Oh yeah.
It goes really well. You got a bit of the cold, a bit of the hot, you got a bit of the sour, a bit of the salty. Yeah.
Well, here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Inilah dia aglio olio by our celebrity chef Nik Michael. And what do you call the salad again?
Truffle ponzu salad.
Truffle ponzu salad. Simple to make, as long as you know the ingredients, get the ingredients right. And it's tasty. It's so sedap. Thank you so much, Nik.
Pleasure is all mine. Thank you
so
Tony.
much. Okay, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, terima kasih kerana menonton selama 13 episod. Kita sudah pun sampai ke penghujung musim Tony Lapar ni. Jumpa lagi, harap-harap di musim akan datang. Thanks, man.
No problem.
It's lovely.